my partner, Crystal.
Hi,
Would you
Kevin.
like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
Okay, so this morning, as we mentioned in previous discussions, we're going to do assessments. And I think it's important to mention that as we are doing these are solely for treatment purposes only. However, if requested, they will be submitted to the court. And so I think we discussed this in our consent forms and whatnot. To get started, we will work on our BDI-2 assessment. The BDI-2 will measure if there is a presence of depression as well as the level of depression. So I just wanted to inform you of that before we move forward. Please fill out the information on the top portion of the first page. As you do this, I will go over the instructions. Okay, the questionnaire consists of 21 groups of statements. Please read each group of statements carefully and then pick out the one statement in each group that best describes the way you have been feeling during the past few weeks, including today. Circle the number beside the statement you have picked. If several statements in the group seem to apply equally, circle the highest number for that group. Be sure that you do not choose more than one statement for any group, including item 16 or item 18. Now I'd like to walk you through the first question. For example, question 1 asks you to identify your level of sadness over the past 2 weeks, including today. If you do not feel sad, you would write a 0. Circle a 0, excuse me. If you feel sad much of the time, you would circle a 1. If you are sad most of the time, you would circle a 2. And if you are sad or unhappy that you can't stand it, you would circle a 3. Okay, I realize that is a lot to take in. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay. At this point, I'd like to ask you to share your screen. And while you work through the assessment, I will stay right here with you while you fill out the questionnaire. Please take your time.
Okay. Sadness. Okay, I think I'm about done.
Okay. If you could let me just scan the assessment real quick to make sure we have everything filled out. So we don't want to miss any questions. All right. Okay, everything looks good. Thank you for that. Looks good. Okay, both pages look great. Okay, next we're going to be doing an assessment called the State Trait Anger Expression Inventory. This is also known as a STAXI. I've emailed you the answer sheet and the STAXI booklet prior to our session. Can you let me know if you're able to locate that?
Yes.
Great. Before we begin, please enter your name, your gender and age, today's date, the years of education completed, your marital status, your occupation in the spaces provided at the top of the STAXI 2 reading sheet, and please let me know when you've completed that top portion.
All right. I'm good there.
Okay. This booklet is divided into 3 parts. Each part contains a number of statements that people use to describe their feelings and behavior. Please note that each part has different directions. Carefully read the directions for each part before recording your responses on your rating sheet. It is important to remember that there are no right or wrong answers. In responding to each statement, give the answer that best describes you best. Do not erase. If you need to change your answer, please mark an X through the incorrect response and then fill out the correct one. Do you have any questions for me?
I think I'm all set.
Okay. I will be here with you the entire time. Just let me know when you've completed your assessment.
Okay. Into part 1. I am done, I think.
Okay, let me scan this sheet, please. I just want to make sure we don't miss any questions. See if you can scroll up a little bit.
Up.
Yep. Down, sorry. Perfect. Okay, it looks like you got everything. And next we will be going on to the crystals exams for you.
Alrighty.
Okay, Kevin. We're just gonna go to two more. And the first one we're gonna do is the BAI. It's the Beck Anxiety Inventory. Do you have the documents for that we sent over?
Yes.
Okay. The BAI, it's just a tool to help us understand the level of anxiety symptoms that you may be experiencing over the past week, including today. So when you got that all set up, go ahead and fill out your name and your age and your date and the gender, just like the other forms that we've already done.
Okay. All right. Name, date, and all that is all on there.
All right, awesome. This questionnaire is 21 common symptoms of anxiety, like nervousness or dizziness. Those are included in anxiety. And so for each item, you'll write how much that symptom has bothered you during the past week, including today. And the scale goes from 0 to 3, with 0 not at all, and 3 severely. It bothered me a lot. So I'll walk you through the first item just to be sure you're clear on what to do. The first item is numbness or tingling. So if you've experienced that a lot in the past week or today, you'd mark 3. It severely bothered you a lot. And if it didn't, you would mark 0 or anywhere in between. Does that make sense for you to begin?
Yes.
Okay. I'll stay here while you complete it and then just let me know when you're finished.
Okay. Now it decides it doesn't want to. It was working fine 10 seconds ago. All right, I think I am all good.
Okay. Just take a quick look at your answers to make sure everything is filled out. And it looks good. Looks like you've answered everything. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next assessment if you're ready.
Yep.
The next one is the audit, AUDIT. It stands for Alcohol Use Disorders Identification Test. It's a brief 10-question screening tool used to assess alcohol use patterns and any related concerns that might bring. Did you get that form in your email as well?
Yes, I did.
Okay, awesome. So go ahead and do the same thing with your age, date, name, whatever spots that need to be filled out on the top for your identification.
Okie dokie.
And then once you've got that filled out, it's going to ask you how often you drink, how you typically drink, or if your drinking has caused any problems or in areas of your life. For each question, choose the option that best fits your behavior or experience. For example, the first question, how often do you drink? How often do you have a drink containing alcohol? And it gives options for never to 4 or more times during the week. Again, with this one, there are no right or wrong answers. Just answer honestly and based on your recent experience. Do you have any questions before you begin?
Nope, seems pretty straightforward.
Okay. Go ahead and complete that. Again, we'll be here in case you need anything, and then we'll check it over when you're done.
Okay. All right, I think I'm all good.
Okay. I was watching you have it filled out. Like you said, pretty straightforward, so thank you for filling that out. That was the last assessment for today. Do you have any questions about anything, any of the 4 assessments before we wrap up our session here?
Nope, I think you guys are pretty clear in your instructions, and we got through it pretty quickly. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to take your assessments and score them and make sure that we do everything that we need to do on our end in order to best help you in our next session. Okay, Kevin?
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Have a good day.
We'll see you later.